So, we got our first look at the Wolfman from Lee Whannell's upcoming Blumhouse remake of the classic Universal Monsters movie, The Wolfman. And, it's a look. It is a look. It is, of all the things. And at first, when Jason Voorhees 2011 sent me that picture last night, I literally was like sitting there for like a good minute like, nah, that ain't it. That can't be it. Oh my god, that is the fucking, that's Universal Studios' and Halloween Horror Nights, and that's the Blumhouse Scare Zone. And, well, you saw it, and, to quote my girlfriend, he looks like a Florida man tweaking out. And that is the best description I can give for this, because being of a Florida resident, I have been to 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. in the morning and seeing a dude looking almost like that coming up to me going, "Hey man, how you doing? How you doing, man? Listen, not to bother you, but can I borrow some, like, 10 bucks? I just need it for, like, cigarettes, you know, man? That image was not what I was thinking for Werewolf in for the upcoming Wolfman movie. Now, I do have some good things to say. I will give some positives. I will give some positives in a bit. Do not think I'm going to be negative. I'm just going to be a negative asshole the whole time, because with horror movies, especially in this day and age, between Saw X and between Saw, like the likes of Saw X and The First Omen, I've learned to, be a little more, open-minded with horror movies, and wait until I actually see the damn thing. So, we're gonna get to that. But first, I just have to get all the negative out. I have gotta talk about it. That Wolfman design does not scream werewolf. That screams, like, your uncle who has been, he fell off the wagon and is now, at the bar getting drunk, and you get a call from the cops saying, "Hey, we found your uncle. He fucking busted someone's head open and and fought with the cops. Do you want to come bail him out?" And you just hang up the phone. That's what it looks like. None of this screams werewolf. The only thing that really that says this is a animal, this is a monster, is the pointed ears and the long hair. But it looks more like a methed out goblin than anything else, my dudes. I swear to God, this thing looks more like a goblin who just spent too much time in Florida, and this is what we get. None of it screams werewolf. And I know, I am well aware that I have seen much worse werewolf designs. I have seen other werewolf movies with much... I am not going to come on here I've seen some YouTubers who have talked about this saying this is the worst werewolf design ever. I have seen worse. I have seen much worse. Even, I would take this over someone who just does, long teeth and eye change and claws, because I've seen, and just claws, and I've seen that. This at least has makeup to it. I will always prefer that. But none of this says werewolf. None of this says this is the Wolfman. The skin's yellow, yellowish, and again, we go back to that whole it looks more goblin than werewolf design. And I get it. I understand. It's really hard when you're working on a low budget to try to replicate what Rick Baker did in 2010 Wolfman, which I don't hate. That movie's not great. That movie's not exactly a fantastic piece of film. But I think it's an underrated film. I think it is the 2010 Benicio del Toro Wolfman. I think it's fun. Is the acting great? No, God, no. I think the only person who's trying to give a shit is Hugo Weaving, and even then he is half-assing it. I don't know what the hell was up with Anthony Hopkins, but I'm getting off topic. I understand that this movie didn't have the the 2010 Wolfman budget. You didn't have Rick Baker, obviously, rest in peace. But guys, you threw how much money for The Exorcist, and you couldn't give it to say, I don't know, the things that made the studio? You couldn't spare a few a little longer in the design house Like, were you just kind of, like, sitting around like, it looks good. We're not asking for, like, big things here. I don't know. I don't know. Now, a couple things. Now that that's out of the way, let's play devil's advocate, because I really do want to play devil's advocate here. There's a couple things. That suit looked awful. But again, that was a suit for Halloween Horror Nights. And I know Halloween Horror Nights produces really good suits. Maybe it was just thrown together pretty, like, shoddily. Because I could clearly see this thing was thrown together last minute for a promotion for the Wolfman movie coming in January. I get that. And the actor inside clearly didn't know what the hell to do. He's just, like, moving his hands in like, video you've seen. Like, he's just kind of, like, looking around and stomping around and, like, moving his, like, waggling his fingers. And I'm like, come on, guys. So, it's a Halloween Horror Nights costume. I understand it's not going to look like that in the movie. In fact, editing, lighting, it all helped. Lighting and editing and maybe some CGI touch-up can go a long way with a movie. And I understand this is not going to be a big-budget film. You know, I am fully aware this is not going to be a big-budget movie. I know that. And this movie, like, they could probably go back and be like, well, we can touch up this, and this for a little bit. So I'm not gonna jump to conclusions and say, like, this is awful and the werewolf design is gonna take me out of it. In the story, a story can make a bad design look cool. That's another thing, is that I have faith in Leigh Whannell. He did a phenomenal job with The Invisible Man. And he did a phenomenal job. He's a really great horror writer-director. I did recently watch Insidious 3, Chapter 3, his directorial debut. And he tried, man. I know that was his first directing gig. And there are some good scenes to it. You can clearly see the Leigh Whannell flavor coming out there. But we didn't really get it till, like, fucking, like, Upgrade and then Invisible Man. So, Whannell has a feel and design that's very unique. And if it fit the story that Whannell wanted to tell, I just inadvertently rhymed there, then I will accept it. If that's the werewolf design that best works for this story, then I will be more open-minded to it. I know it's the internet's whole thing is to have a knee-jerk reaction. Hell, that's how we got a knee-jerk reaction. It wasn't even knee-jerk, I should say. That negative press was so bad for... Remember the first Sonic trailer? Like Ugly Sonic. You guys remember Ugly Sonic era? Where we literally... Like, the entire internet collectively fucking lost their shit to the point where they had to go back last minute and change the Sonic design to make him look more like Sonic. And then we now have a major video game movie franchise. So yeah, yeah. If it fits in the story, I don't think they're gonna, like, see the negative reaction and change it. The movie's already done. Maybe they'll do reshoots. That's a possibility. But again, I am not gonna lose my shit entirely. It could work story-wise. This werewolf design could work story-wise. And again, lighting and editing can go a long way. This picture was in broad fucking daylight with a Halloween Horror Nights costume that clearly was shoddily thrown together for last-minute promotion. So, we can't really gauge everything on that. I'll grant you that. But if that's the werewolf design we're going with, oh god, that story better be good. Because, damn, meth head goblin over here, man. Yeah. So, shit. I do have excitement for this movie, but holy dog shit, that design. That's what you went with? I know you couldn't get Rick... I know, obviously, you couldn't get, like, a Rick Baker or Tom Savini level special effects artist for this. But guys, someone I hope someone fucking like, I really do hope, I really wish someone went, like, in the studio looking at the production designs, like, looked at this and went, maybe we go back to the drawing board and make it look like, I don't know, more like a werewolf. Yeah. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this Wolfman design? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.